Let's talk about wounds, unconsciousness, dying, turning, and healing. Let's assume it is the second round. Our red player has already gone. We've just drawn a spawn token and an extra activation all runners card. Nick, our lucky tough guy, also has some SBF. There are 2 runners that can activate from this extra activation all runners card. One zombie is already in the personal space or melee zone and can attack twice, and one zombie must move into the zone and then can attack. Let's say the cheerleader zombie attacks for her first attack and rolls a wound of 2, and we're still in round 2. Tough lucky Nick tanks the first hit. Cheerleader zombie on her second action gets a hit, and it's a bite. Tough lucky Nick tanks the second hit because of the SBF, no matter what the result of the hit is. Football Zombie's first action is to move into the melee zone. Football Zombie's second action is an attack, and he gets a hit for 1 point of damage. Tough lucky Nick has no more toughs to stack and has to take the wound. When a character suffers 1 wound, they have one of 2 choices. The first is that they can choose half movement. For each action spent on movement, they can only move 1/2. Second option is you lose 1 of your equipped item slots. Any item equipped must go into the backpack. If the backpack's full, you must dump an item to make room. Not only that, if your equipped weapon is a 2-handed weapon, you lose 1 attack per round. If your weapon is a single-handed weapon, you do not lose an attack. Tough lucky Nick now has 2 hit points. This concludes the extra activation all runners, and the spawn phase for round 2 is now over. Tough lucky Nick's luck has run out, and the movement token has been drawn from the bag. Each runner will receive 2 more actions or attacks, and the abomination within the melee area will also have an attack. The abomination and walker outside of the melee area will then move into the melee area. Let's say the football zombie misses their first attack, but then gets a single hit on their second attack. Tough lucky Nick is now tough luck Nick and now has 2 wounds, giving him 1 hit point remaining. Now Nick has both effects of being wounded. 1 less equipped item slot and can only move at half movement. Let's say cheerleader zombie misses her first attack, but gets 1 point of damage on her second attack. Tough luck Nick now has 0 hit points and falls unconscious. Nick will remain unconscious for 1d6 rounds, after which he would awaken with 1 hit point. He could then be healed for up to 2 full hit points, but not 3. Let's say our abomination now attacks for 1 hit point of damage. Once a character suffers 4 or more hit points of damage, they are now dying. Once a character is dying, they must be revived within 1d6 rounds. Dying characters can only be revived by a medic with a first aid kit, and it costs 6 healing points. The other 2 zombies move in and surround Nick. Nick has rolled a 4 and will die within 4 rounds. This concludes the zombies' movement phase. Let's say we draw Dan, the man with lifesavers token, and he's gonna move in to save Nick. Is within range 1 of Dan, and there are no zombies in Dan's area. Nick is then dragged into Dan's area for free. Dan does not have a first aid kit and is not a medic, so he cannot revive Nick. I guess Nick really must be lucky because Marion's token has now been drawn from the bag. Marion is a medic, has a first aid kit and is within 2 spaces of Nick. Marion spends one action, moves the 2 spaces into Nick's area, and can now revive Nick. Marion spends 6 points of healing to revive Nick. Nick is now revived with 1 hit point. Because he died, Nick can never be healed past 1 hit point. And if he dies again, he is dead permanently. If Nick was just knocked unconscious and then woke up, he could be healed for up to 2 hit points, but not more. If Nick is knocked unconscious again, recovers, or dies and is revived, he can never be healed more than 1 hit point. If Nick was bitten and turned into a zombie, once the final round ran out, he would become a zombie, no longer a player, and would then seek to attack the players. Just to be clear, there are no zombivers. Once you're a zombie, you are a zombie and no longer a player. People who do not have the medic skill can use the first aid kit to heal. However, the first aid kit can only heal 6 hit points of damage, and it takes an entire round to heal 1 hit point. They must sacrifice all of their actions for 1 round to heal 1 hit point of that character. For medics, a first aid kit can heal up to 12 hit points, and they receive 1 adrenaline point for every hit point they heal, and 5 adrenaline points for every character they revive. Like, subscribe, and share so I can grow this channel for you.